Okay, 100 slowing right in the straight 5, squash crest, sudden 5 left, minus over left galley, and line 5 left, don't cut, must stop in the sudden, 3 right plus, don't cut. Double short plus, don't cut. An early flat 4 right over crest, opens, and line left over crest, stay middle tight to 5 left, through the dip, danger, don't cut, boost inside. And long flat 5 left, keep in over crest and line, early flat right over big crest, 60 through the dip, into line, tight flat 6 left, burying over big crest, but watch, 80, line flat 6 left, keep in, 150, and long flat 6 right, keep in, opens okay through the dip, and flat right continues okay, and keep right on big crest okay, and line flat 6 left over crest, opens okay, 150, big line for flat 6 left, burying, cut over sharp, let's be neat, and big line for long flat 6 right, keep burying, late, watch there, opens 250, line flat 6 right in, and flat 6 right in, and middle over crest, 80, line long fast 5 left plus, don't cut double post, watch, 120 over crest, and keep left into dip and line flat 6 right, well in over crest, opens okay, 100 through the dip and middle over flat crest, and flat crest, 80, line long 6 left, minus, don't cut single post, and it tightens in over crest, watch, and line long fast 5 right plus, opens, and long flat right 80, flat 6 left, in over crest, 100, flat left opens, 150, early flat 6 right, over small crest, 120, line, long flat, the long fast, 6 left minus, don't cut double post, watch, 300, up, keep right over long crest to the top, okay, 50 for big line, fast 6 left minus over crest, but at half tightens, and long flat 6 right, keep in, 80, big line 5 left plus, keeps very in, and flat right over crest, and long flat 6 right, keep in late, into straight flat crest, and middle over flat crest, and early left, keep in over long crest, and early flat 6 right, opens over crest 80, must stop in the dip for left over crest, 20 turn 2 right, danger, don't cut stone. Good stone. And long flat 6 right continues over crest, 60 line, long flat 5 left plus, keep in, for 100, and right over crest and care, straight crest, big jump, into early left, keep in, 80, line 6 right, tightens, over crest and bury in over second crest, small jump, 100, over crest, tip, and a slight left over, stay straight, line 10, slow 5 left minus, watch, and stay middle over big crest, at the crest, with a long flat 6 right, 80, big line for 6 left, in over crest, don't cut, but in late, 80 line flat 6 right over crest, opens okay, 150 through the dip, and keep left for line flat 6 right here, don't cut, over crest, watch for sudden, early 6 flat 6 left, opens over crest and dip, and keep right on the crest, and slowing left over crest, tightens to 6 left minus in, watch, and flat left into middle over crest, 80, slowing left over crest, line 30, very slow forward minus, don't cut, boost inside. And right over big crest and early flat 6 left over crest, keep well in nips, 50 line tight short 6 left, 80 slowing line, long 5 left, keep in for 100 and sudden line, early 6 right over crest, jump okay, opens 80 line 5 left, slowing into line, slow 4 right minus, keep out, post middle late, and middle over crest 80, flat left and stop, right over crest 30 line, early long 3 left plus 8, watch, and flat right over crest into dip, and keep left over crest in the line, very sudden fast 4 right plus over crest 80 through the dip, and middle over flat crest and flat 6 right over crest, and right over crest slowing, come back for 4 left double tightens minus, keep well in over crest, careful, and early flat 5 left, keep in 150, middle over crest 200, slowing to the arrow, line tight 3 right minus, don't cut post, 80, long flat 6 right, 100, stay middle over long crest, and left into flat crest, into big dip and crest, and sudden line 5 left cross, big cut, tightens nips on the crest, watch, and flat right over crest, 80, big line for flat 6 right, keep in, 100, flat right into straight crest, okay, 120, flat right over crest, 150, over crest and line, flat 6 left, don't cut, post and middle over crest, and crest with the early flat left, and Kale, slide right over crest, jump, opens to flat right over crest, watch this, 150 over long crest, and flat left, 120, slight, flat right, 250, middle over small crest, okay, and middle over crest, big drop at the yellow house, and early flat 6 left, 150, middle over big crest, okay, and dip and middle over crest, 150, slowing line, 5 left over crest, tightens, minus in over crest, lead, watch this, 80, line left over crest, tightens to 4 left for 100, 4 left for 100, opens and flat left, keep in over crest, 40, line 4 right, opens and line tightens in over sharp crest, and long 4 right plus, and line flat 6 left, through the dip, into straight flat crest, 150, keep left over crest, 80, slowing for line 4 right, tightens for over crest, 80, danger, keep out double post, and line long 4 left plus, tightens, 60, keep out for long 5 left, double post, 80, line slow, 4 right minus, keep in, opens and keep right into early 6 left, well in over crest, keep in through the dip in the line, short tight 5 right plus, keep in over crest, and line left over crest and straight crest jump, and flat 6 left and the flat, early flat 6 right, and keep left the straight crest jump, okay, 120 through the dip, and slow for dab, big jump, watch, and right into crest, stop 20, very tight, 5 left minus nips, 30 line, very tight, 4 left minus, don't cut camber, come back for this as well, 5 left is very tight, 4 left minus camber, and middle over flat crest, and long 6 left, keep out, tight into 5 left, post inside, and crest into line, 5 right plus, keep in, and keep very in over second crest, and early 6 left, cut over crest, jump, 50, a line 6 right in over crest, and sudden line, tight 6 left, and sudden right over crest, and line flat 6 left, and crest, sudden short 6 right, into line tight 6 left, post inside, and middle over crest, big dip, and 6 right, early 6 right, squash, jump, and right over jump, sudden stop, early right over crest, tight, long through a tightens, watch, long through a tightens, please, and long flat left, through the dip, opens, 80, keep left over big crest, okay, and early flat 6 right, 80, keep right into early left past the sign, and crest must stop, sudden 34 left minus 10 over crest, watch it, opens, and right over crest, jump and don't cut into line 5 left over crest, keep in late, into early left, into straight crest, into short flat 6 right, 120 line, tight 5 left, well in, watch, 80, must stop for line 4 right, stay middle, post inside, and line 4 right, keep in, far 60, 100, through the finish, and left over crest.
Feel the adrenaline in a World Rally car.
Come on!
Get WRC Plus with exclusive onboard videos now.
When you were growing up, your dad wins the race at Indianapolis at the Brickyard.
The fans are cheering Bill Elliott on.
One of the sport's most popular drivers ever.
You weren't much into kissing the bricks.
Truth. She didn't disappear. She took my and I took hers. He believes he's mentally ill.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Engage. 3, 2, 1, engage. 4, 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 3, 2, 1, engage. 4,
risteys vasen 9. Risteys vasen 9, älä soralle. 10. Vasen 1 yli nypyn, heti oikea 1 yli pikkunypyn. 160 metsään, varo. Hyppy oikea laita tarkka. 20 jarru. Oikea 5, ahdas yli nypyn. 20, hyppy keskeltä. 30, vasen 3 miinus, ahdas yli nypyn. Jatkuu hyppy vasen 3. 160, vasen 2 miinus yli nypyn, 20, vasen 3 kirraa. Heti varo oikea 3, pidä pitkä, heti vasen 3, tosi ahdas nuppu yli nypyn. 80, risteys lyhyt vasen 4, pimennossa pidä 30 jarru oikein, miinus yli nypyn, jatkuu vasen 4 miinus. Heti vasen 1 yli nypyn, pitkä kirraa 3, pitkä jarru, jatkuu oikea 6 aukee. Siis oikea 6 aukee, jatkuu oikea 3 yli nypyn, jatkuu vasen 5, älä paali. Jatkuu oikein 2, älä kanto, heti vasen 3, älä kanto. 50, oikein 4, yli nypyn pidä, älä aukee vähän pitkä, heti varo oikein 3, älä jarru, jatkuu vasen 4, nuppu. Heti nyppy vasen 5, hämää pidä. 20 risteys oikein 7 asfaltille, ehkä liukas. Heti oikein 2, jatkuu risteys oikein 7, vähän sisältä. Heti hyppy keskeltä. 10 pinta vasen 4, jatkuu oikein 3. 20 vasen 4, miinus yli nypyn pitkä jarru. Heti oikein 6, ehkä urat. 10 vasen 4, älä. Aukee yli nypyn. 20 oikein 4 miinus pitkä. Siis oikein 4 miinus pitkä. 30 oikein 2. 10 vasen 4 eli hypyn liimaa. 80, varo vasen 3 eli pikkunypyn hämää kirraa 5 tosi äkkiä. Jatkuu oikein 4 pitkä. Jatkuu jarru, nyppy vasen 6 hämää pidä soraa pitkä. 10, oikein 3 miinus yli nypyn älä. Heti vasen 1, 40 yli nypyn oikein 5 ehkä liukas. Älä aukee. Heti vasen 4 pitkä, älä lopussa. Jatkuu. Nyppy oikein 2 jarru, heti vasen 5 miinus. 30 pinta, oikein 1 yli nypyn roiku, 20 oikein 3 miinus, älä. 50 yli nypyn, oikein 5, älä. 5 oikein 5, älä. 20, oikein 1, 10, vasen 4, kirraa pitkä. 5 vasen 4, kirraa pitkä. 10, oikein 3, älä. Yli nypyn. Jatkuu vasen 3 miinus, jatkuu nyppy, oikein 4 miinus, älä. Jatkuu vasen 1, pikku nyppyn 20, varo vasen 2 miinus, jatkuu jarru, nyppy vasen laita, heti risteys oikein 5 paali, pidä. 40, oikein 3 miinus, yli nypyn, heti vasen 3. 10 vasen 4. 100. Nyppy oikein 1, 20 jarru, vasen 5. 10, vasen 6, pehmeä. Heti oikein 7, pehmeä, liukas. Jatkuu vasen 4, mukulalle rytky. Heti oikein 7, miinus. Heti oikein 6, paali soralle. Heti vasen 7, paali. 10, vasen 7, paali betonille. Heti oikein 3. 40 oikein 5, paalit. Kirraa. 20 soralle. Vasen 1 yli pikku nypyn. 100. Oikein 1 yli nypyn. 80 vasen 2 pitkä. Heti nyppy oikein 2 yli nypyn. 10 oikein 1. 120 oikein 3 miinus ehkä. Yli pikku nypyn. 10 vasen 4 miinus pehmeä. Heti oikein 4 aukee. Yli nypyn. 20 vasen 1. 2,5 oikein 2 pitkä. Yli pikku nypyn. Heti oikein 2 miinus. Yli nypyn. 100.
Pikkunyppy, oikein 4 miinus. Siis pikkunyppy oikein 4 miinus. 10. Nyppy vasen 1, 30, vasen 5. Pimennässä kirraa yli nypyn sisältä. Jatkuu oikein 5. 10 nyppy keskeltä. 110 varo vasen 3 kirraa 5 äkkiä. Heti oikein 4 pitkä kirraa 7 pehmeä yli nypyn. Heti vasen 4 miinus älä. Vähän liukas. 40. Oikein 2 miinus. Heti vasen 2. 10 nyppy keskeltä. 100 vasen 3 kirraa 4 yli nypyn. 10 vasen 4. Heti oikein 5 kirraa yli nypyn. 30 vasen 3 yli nypyn älä, tosi tarkka. 60 vasen 3 yli hypyn liimaa, pitkä, pidä. 10 sumppu, vasen 3. 40 oikein 4. Heti vasen 4 yli nypyn, pidä. Heti oikein 3 miinus aukeaa yli nypyn, jatkuu oikein 3 uran pitkä. 20 oikein 3 yli nypyn, jatkuu vasen 3 miinus yli nypyn. 10 jarru, oikein 4 miinus tarkka. 10 vasen 3 yli nypyn. 120 varo vasen 3, heti risteys oikein 5 yli nypyn. 5 varo vasen 3, heti risteys oikein 5 yli nypyn. 20 pinta vasen 2, heti oikein 3 yli nypyn asfaltille. Pitkä urat, 80 sikaani, jarru sikaani oikealta, vasen 5 urat. Heti risteys vasen 4 miinus, älä paalit, jatkuu Mukulalle, vasen 4 paalit, pidä, älä lopussa. 120, nyppy oikein 5, soralle aukee pitkä. 30, vasen 4 yli nypyn, aukee pitkä. Heti oikein 3 miinus, pirun pitkä. Heti oikein 2, yli hypyn. 20 vasen 2, pitkä yli pikkunypyn. 80 varo, oikein 4 yli nypyn ahdas. Siis varo oikein 4 yli nypyn ahdas. 20 oikein 2 yli pikkuhypyn. 80 vasen 5 yli nypyn. Siis vasen 5 yli nypyn. 160 varo, nyppy vasen laita. Heti oikein 6. Siis heti oikein 6. Jatkuu vasen 3 kirraa 5 äkkiä urat. Jatkuu oikein 6 pimennys. Ältäs hämää pidä. Siis oikein 6 hämää pidä. 40 pikku suppu. Vasen 3. 160 vasen 5. Älä urat. 10 oikein 3 pitkä. 120 pinta. Nyppy vasen 6 tiukka. Urat älä. Siis vasen 6 tiukka. Urat älä. 20. Oikein 4. Mukulaa älä yli nypyn. 160. Nyppy vasen laita. 100 jarru. Risteys oikein 6. Älä lopussa. Heti vasen 1 yli nypyn maali. 150.
Feel the adrenaline in a World Rally car. Get WRC Plus with exclusive onboard videos now.
For a racing driver to have fun, you need to be fast. And the Formula 1.
Mètres, droite gauche 150 secondes, 60 mètres, droite 138 cordes. 100 mètres, avant 120, bon milon, 120, bon milon midi. En gauche à fond long, pas de corde tard. 40 mètres, droite 130 millions cordes. 30 millions cordes, pour gauche 120 millions tard. 40 mètres, gauche 130 millions. Gauche 130 millions, pour droite 140 à fond. 100 mètres, frein droite 120 plus corde, 120 plus corde léger tard. 150 mètres. En léger gauche 150, 4 pour gauche, 110 plus pilon et 3. Et attention, 60 mètres frein, avant droite 122 bon 1, 90 pilon corde juste. 70 mètres. Droite 143 frein pour gauche, 90. droite 90 moins tard, droite 90 moins tard, gauche 100. Gauche 100 qui ouvre 60 mètres. Avant droite 132, sur gauche 80 plus. Droite 90 long midi, droite 90 long midi. Pour gauche 90. Pour droite 110 plus million corps, 110 plus million corps de gravement. Pour droite 130 plus million en ciel. Pour gauche 130 plus. Sur un plein 50 mètres, gauche 90 plus tenir. Sur droite 90 moins. Gauche 90. Droite 110 millions. On est encore midi juste tard en ciel. Pour droite 113 moins million 20. Pour gauche 80. Gauche 80 plus. Gauche 80 plus 130 mètres. Droite 123 moins million de tenir. Qui augmente avant 310 millions. Qui ferme fort sur gauche 80. Pour droite 100 plus corde. 100 plus corde sur gauche 120 mètres. Pas corde. La corde 50 mètres prochain avant gauche 22 midi. Sur droite 90 plus doublé. 60 mètres. Avant droite 100 millions. Ferme. Sur gauche 90. Gauche 110 plus. Sur droite 110 plus. Droite 140 moins bref tenir sur gauche. 70 mètres. Droite 110. Sur 20-30 mètres. Et fin de droite 50. Pour gauche 110 plus millions tard. Sur 20-30 mètres. Droite 90 moins. Et gauche à Concorde 100 mètres. Gauche 150 et 60 mètres. Gauche 130 plus millions. Qui ferme sur un avanciel 20 mètres. Droite 120 millions tard. 20 mètres. 120 millions tard. 100 mètres. Un avanciel 10 mètres. Gauche 120 moins millions. 10 mètres. Gauche 120 moins millions. Temps avant droite 132 sur gauche 90 plus millions. En droite 120 fond qui ouvre 200 mètres. 340 tours de cuvette, 140 tours de cuvette, 100 mètres. Sur gauche 135 vite cordanciel, gauche 135 vite cordanciel, ferme 130, 70 mètres, fin droite 120 bon long. 120 bon long, 250 mètres. Gauche 150 à fond, à corde en ciel, 120 mètres. 120 mètres, fin gauche 130 vite. 150 mètres. Gauche 140 moins rasé. Et 120 mètres fin, droite 120 très vite midi. Droite 120 très vite midi. Midi qui ouvre et ferme 130 à fond. Et 1 moins 0,6, 100 mètres, gauche 130 vite midi. Très vite, 130 vite midi, sur 320 plus millions, 28 millions pour léger. Sur gauche 130 plus millions rasé, enfin avant léger ciel, 40 mètres, gauche en bas plus. Et ciel à fond sur gauche en 40 à fond. Pour un léger frein, avant ciel, 5 mètres, droite 130 plus rasé, juste léger tard. 150 mètres, gauche 150. Pour droite 140 plus millions qui ferme en ciel. Pour gauche 150. Et léger prise à fond sur un frein 100 mètres. Gauche 120 plus millions en 2 fois. 100 mètres, gauche 120 plus millions en 2 fois. Et ferme 120 bon rasé. 120 bon rasé à sur droite 120 à fond. Pour droite 140 à fond en ciel. Sur un frein 60 mètres, gauche 110 plus millions. Gauche 110 plus millions. Pour droite 130 moins millions pas corps. Pour 150 en gros frein 50 mètres, 70 ponts très long. Gauche 140 à fond, 120 mètres. Attention frein, droite 120 moins midi. Droite 120 moins midi. Pour gauche 149 moins long. 149 moins long frein. Pour gauche 110 plus corde. Pour gauche 110 plus corde. Sur droite 130 à fond midi qui ouvre 80 mètres. Droite 140 à fond, corne et frein 70 mètres. Gauche 120 vite léger tard. Gauche 120 vite léger tard, 60 mètres. Droite 130 très vite corde. De suite au frein avant gauche 144 pour droite 110 bon. Corde dure. 80 mètres, job 6 à fond. Sur un frein 80 mètres, gauche 100 plus. Gauche 100 plus. Droite 110 à fond midi. 80 mètres. Droite 120 à fond corde. Pour un gauche 140. Et 100 mètres, double attention. À droite 130 moins corde de Tarentiel. Et frein 80 mètres, gauche 110 plus long léger glisse. 110 plus léger glisse qui ouvre. Sur gauche 130 plus. 60 mètres.
Not anymore. Now you have no choice. My Legion has this clearing surrounded. If you don't give me the orb, they will kill you and every living soul who helped you evade capture.
I fear we're doomed. There's no escape.
Hand it over, and I'll merely imprison you for the next 200 years.
Guerrilla, your orders?
We'll make our last stand here.
It's my greatest honor to fight and die alongside my comrades.
I'm waiting.
Prepare to wait a little longer.
We'll never hand over this artifact back to the forces of evil, Your Majesty. We'll die to defend it.
All right. Kill them all.
No.
What?
Nazul.
Oh, Rocket. No.
Nazul. Nazul! Were you asleep?
I was recharging my spells.
Did you catch the orc prowling around here?
No, but I did find these.
I've seen those glasses before.
What?
Hey, fuck stick. Where's the 11th eye? Oh, swift work, bro. You had one job.
I was recharging my spells.
You entrusted the 11th eye to an untested newcomer.
He's not new, he's been playing longer than anybody.
We've only known Arthur's new character for a week, Will.
Yeah, long enough for us to figure out he's a shitty guard.
Hey, it's not my fault.
No, it's Will's for trusting you.
Well, I wouldn't have trusted him with the 11th eye if I knew that baby necromancer had nap time.
Guys, I was recharging my spells. I was recharging my spells.
It's a bit dark. Can I have some lights? Oh. Is that Wi-Fi? Oh. Could I get a bigger table? Can I get a coffee? How much,
Only $5.99.
Really?
Yes! When you choose one from the red and one from the white, you only pay $5.99. Now with 2 new choices, cheeseburger and 100 plus.
Hey, when you guys gonna pay me back lah?
Bro, it's only $5.99.
You belanja lah.
Sweet sword, Shane.
Yeah, leveled up, no big deal.
I'm going for spectral dogs.
Really?
Yeah. I was thinking plague bats, but if the figure with the dogs, like, we'll really be able to get good pursuit, you know?
I mean, I get. What about undead?
I considered it, I have to say. But it's like, okay. What? Do you have a problem with the dogs?
No problem with the dogs.
Seems like you have a problem with the dogs.
I have no problems with the dogs.
I'm getting a lot
Well, the dogs are key to my strategy here.
Ad Astra. You'll keep that weapon in hand. The thief will be spoiling for a fight. You need to be ready.
Understood. Biff, you'll scout ahead. Eyes peeled and arrow knocked.
What?
Will.
Nelzul, I expect you to be prepared to make up for your error.
I was recharging my spell.
Eagerly, Lady Corellia.
It is imperative that we retrieve the 11th eye, but we've never been more ready for the task. Together, no force can stop us.
Okay, so where's the thief?
Yeah, where's that at?
Response has been good, Hunter. You're cleared to keep going on this...
It's LARP, Alex.
Right. Right, sorry. The column's been generating good buzz. They don't know you're writing about them yet?
No, they don't.
Do you think they'll keep playing?
Who?
These players. Right? What names did you give them? Phil and Lindsay? They broke up?
Yeah, and I think it'll be fine. My friend Kat is joining the game, and she's completely new, so that's gonna be a nice angle.
Does your friend know that you're writing about the...
Yeah, it's not gonna be a problem.
I was just wondering if maybe you two could stir up some...
I don't think so. We're there to play. That's enough.
Days off are the best, aren't they? Just spend all day doing nothing.
Playing in a LARP isn't nothing.
True.
It'll turn around. No one blames you.
I didn't lose the 11th eye.
Well...
Okay, it is not my fault that Nelzul doesn't have a perception check worth a damn.
I guess not. But Nelzul's your first new character in 3 years. You'll get used to him.
Who specs a necromancer for guard duty anyway? Am I right? Like, just might as well throw the rest of my ability points out the window.
Well, it's all part of the game, isn't it? It's a new adventure for us.
Didn't lose it.
We'll get it back.
To have any chance of that, we gotta be on our game. Like Will, you know? Like, I told him, relationship dynamics just totally mess things up. No offense. There's a reason you broke up with him, right?
Corellia and Biff are together in character only. There's no problem.
Okay. Hey! How did you...
Do you have a dream, Will?
Sure. I dream I'll get this job.
I had a dream. For 20 years, I bled for this dream. I did some things that keep me up at night. But now, that dream's a reality. You have that kind of drive?
Yes?
I learned a long time ago to trust my gut.
Uh-huh.
I never make any crucial decisions unless I feel like I'm gonna puke.
You're saying I make you feel sick?
I'm saying that you're different. What do you do for fun, Will?
Well, I had a girlfriend until recently. Ew. Fun. I don't know, TV.
Kenapa, Mak? Nia.
Compare rival drivers with thrilling onboards at every stage of the rally. Get WRC Plus now.
80 mètres, 70 plus millions par haut. Et droite 120 pour Longtard. Ouvre à fond. Et gauche à fond. Et droite, gauche, droite-ci. Et gauche 140 court étroit. Sur droite 130 plus Longtard. 80 mètres, attention. Gauche 100 plus Longtard. 80 mètres, gauche 140 pour Pacor. Sur attention, longue droite, air de 110 plus. Et gauche 20, 90 plus, mi-court à la glissière. Gauche à fond. Sur droite, 120 moins. Sur gauche, 130 millions. Sur attention, droite, gauche, frein. Droite, 80 plus, Longtard. Sur gauche, 90 moins de taux. 80 mètres. Gauche, 120 tard. Sur attention, droite, 110 plus, long, mouillé sur le pont. Ouvre long mouillé. Sur gauche 80 plus, Longtard sec. Et droite 120 plus, Milon. Sur attention, gauche 110 long, Pacor. Et droite à fond de fois. 100 mètres. Attention, droite frein. Pour gauche 123 moins frein. Pour droite 90 Milon. Et gauche 90 Milon. Sur droite 90 plus Milon. Et gauche 120 moins Milon. 60 mètres, droite 110 long, sur pont. Et gauche 100. Et gauche 120 bon Milon. Sur droite à fond et attention long gauche frein pour à la glissière. Droite 90 long. Et gauche 90 long. Sur droite 80 mètres. Droite 130 court. Et attention, gauche.
More non-stop rally action.
Plus Longtard. 80 mètres, attention.
All right. Before we head back into Nintendo, let's side veer. Let's side veer into Destiny 2.
Yeah.
For a little bit. Who's been playing Destiny 2?
Me.
Okay, that's everybody.
Yeah. I didn't say me, but I put my hand up. You couldn't hear that at home.
I have not been. So, the Destiny 2 beta is live.
It's live.
It's live. Went live last weekend.
The 18th, I believe.
Yeah. It was
So I think it was like
pre-ordered the game.
Tuesday?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was officially available to everyone on Tuesday who had access to it.
What's in the beta? What's going on?
So you start out, it's kind of I don't want to say single player because there's no real single player in Destiny, but like a campaign story mission where you go through. At one point, a couple people join up with you. I assume that happened with everyone.
Yeah,
was it
I
the
guess.
part where you have like 3 waves of people coming in where suddenly there were people?
AI or
no
players?
people.
Okay.
Players. It had gamer tags. I couldn't tell you if it was definitely people or if it was like fake people they had put for the beta.
It seemed like real people.
The way they were moving around
Yeah.
seemed real.
I think they are because my internet sucks. So at a couple times it was saying like, "Oh, trying to reach the Destiny servers." As I approached that area, because it was clearly trying to like ping and
Trying to pull
get those people in there.
yeah.
And then those people leave. You go on. It's just maybe 20-minute
Yeah, I'd say
single player
20, 25.
section. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that you unlock kind of the director, which is the menu of that game, and you can select a co-op strike, which it's got some platforming stuff in there.
Do you get to make a
co-op
character,
thing.
or they have
You get
loadouts
to
on
pick
it?
between the warlock and the 3 different classes, but you can't even like customize past that.
Yeah.
Big boss fight at the end of the
Fight Big Boss.
You fight Big Boss. Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
that's-
spoiler.
that's
Sorry
weird.
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, thanks.
yeah.
There's like a lot of platforming in that one.
Yeah.
And then there's the Crucible stuff where if you want to do the competitive multiplayer, you can.
I did like a round of that.
I did a few. I thought it was fun.
So are you doing loot runs, or are you just kind of...
There was no loot in this. Well, actually, no. You get some rewards
There's a specific part in the story thing where it's like, oh, pick up this legendary weapon and you can use this, but you're not getting the
right.
What do you call those things? The things you
engrams?
decrypt. The engrams. Yeah, the
yeah.
engrams aren't flying out of people or anything.
So this doesn't feel like something you take your progression into the main.
Not at all.
No.
Oh, this is like an isolated little.
Yeah, I will say playing it without the drops was a little less enjoyable.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's the real reward system, eh?
There were two things that I took away from that. One, yes, playing without the drops does remove about 50% of the enjoyment for me. The other part was that I don't think platforming is what that game does well, and that they put that in the story mission.
There's so much of it, too.
That turbine section in the story mission.
I saw people were having trouble with that.
It's not good.
You just drop into the thing, you shoot the one, and then you go up and you run to the other.
You're very good at platformers, obviously.
Not like first.
It's not horrible.
Average.
Like, it's not broken. It's just
like annoying.
It doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it's not like
Okay,
a
I'll give you
fun
that.
challenge. It's just like, okay, I have to get through this to actually play the game.
I'll
give you that, yeah. It's not
like,
fun.
I did it on my second or third try, but like as I was
Yeah.
doing it, I was like, I could feel myself gritting my teeth as I was doing it. And
Well,
that's not a good sign.
As a bunch of Destiny heads over here,
us.
does it? Where are we going on the needle here?
I'm super excited. As someone who was very anti-Destiny when it first came out, I did not like what that game was doing. To coming around on it when the Taken King kind of changed some stuff up and made it much more approachable.
Destiny 1.5?
Yeah. Like, I really liked Destiny after Taken King, and now after playing this, I realized, like, oh, right, I think I really want to play another Destiny.
Abby?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to play it. I don't think this will solve some of the issues I had with the first one as far as, like, I didn't care about the story. I don't think I'll care about this story as far as what I've seen so far.
We love stories in games, though.
Vinny,
Yeah,
don't
what's up?
perpetuate this rumor.
I've heard, I've read on the internet that you just
People
do
think
not-
I hate
you
stories.
just
That's
do
not
care
true.
for stories
But
in games.
Destiny does not have a good story or really a story that is coherent or adds anything to
You're going to hate this quote then, because there was a quote going around from the devs saying, we have so much story in this one now.
We can easily
but
ignore.
Yes, I'm just going to
You're
keep
gonna-
talking with my friends and talk over.
You're going to be
this
so
dumb
tired of
thing.
story.
The
You're going to
thing-
so much story.
The one thing I will say for the Destiny story, which if you played the original game before they updated stuff or whatever, and you can say it was barely there. If you did dig into those like grimoire cards or whatever, and actually like kind of read up on some of like the backstory stuff, it's weird. Like it's weird in an interesting way.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't want to do research. to
And that's the
play a
thing. It was a
game.
terrible way to present it. And if they recognize the weirdness and they find a way to put that into the game in a way that is fun and makes me care about what's happening, that would be awesome.
Maybe it's in there.
Sure.
I mean, this beta is not the end-all, be-all. of
No,
Destiny.
and that's the thing I was going to say is this beta is definitely not the end-all, be-all because it didn't move the needle for me one way or the other. Like, I played through it, I thought it was like, yeah, no, the guns still feel good. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then I was done with it, and I was like, well, I'm still going to play it because I said I would, but
I promise I would.
I just didn't have any feelings.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that to a degree. I don't think it really surprised me in any way.
Yeah.
It's
It
just
was
such
like
a small slice.
it was like Destiny that maybe looked a little bit nicer. It felt great because Destiny feels great. It's a good shooter.
Yes.
But otherwise, it wasn't doing anything. I just was like kind of like, I wish I had drops and I wish I was playing with my friends.
I think I might be more excited because it was like the first like proof of concept thing where I set up that second TV in the PlayStation and my wife was able to play it. Like we were
Yeah.
able to do that and
That's
it
pretty
works
nice.
great. So I think that's why I'm more looking forward to it because it's like, oh, we're gonna get one copy of the game and be able to play this with each other sitting on the same couch.
Right.
So
Did you guys do that Crucible thing where you had two teams and you had to like set off
Yes.
a bomb on those? Was that in the original game?
I don't remember, like modes like that have been in Call of Duties and stuff
Right.
before,
I don't know
but
if it was in Destiny. I liked that mode though. I thought that was
I
fun.
played almost no competitive Destiny, so I couldn't tell you.
I only did it when it was like, oh, do your daily thing to get some currency or whatever.
I don't
some
play
marks.
a ton of it, but I do here and there. But I don't remember ever playing that. But I like that
think
mode
so.
in this Destiny. I thought it was cool.
I'd be up for more modes, yeah. 'Cause I
Yeah.
think it was, there weren't that many modes in competitive last time. There was like team deathmatch. and-
There's like the one where you have to like go to the 3 flagpoles. And
Oh,
keep
like a
capturing
domination
them.
thing, yeah,
And then there's
yeah.
like sometimes duos or
That's
whatever,
right, yeah.
just teams.
When is the beta going till? Do you guys know?
I have no idea.
That I don't know.
Do you know if it's only on PS4 or
It's PS4 and PC.
PC.
Okay.
I think
the beta
PC is later though. No.
Yeah, it's not out yet.
Oh,
for
right, they
the
pushed
it
PC,
forward or
but
back.
they are doing the beta for PC.
Yeah.
Speaking of Destiny, just quickly here, you guys know Anthem.
Yeah,
That's the BioWare game that kind of looked like Destiny.
The
when they
healthcare
showed it.
provider.
Oh,
yes.
You know, Anthem's rates
Yeah.
are just It's just a tough economy.
Yeah.
Anthem, BioWare's Anthem, which kind of looked like Destiny when they showed it. You know, they go off and.
I mean, it
things.
didn't look like Destiny, but like the design of it seemed like it was at the very least. I mean, it's
like it went to school with Destiny and like kind of had the same mannerisms and like kind of talked and like, oh, did you know Destiny growing up? Yeah, I knew Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny. It was in Metallica with Destiny, but eventually split off to form its own band. So it's the Dave Mustaine of Destiny.
Yeah,
the documentary.
So Destiny, BioWare, the Aaron Flynn from BioWare has left. He was the general manager on Anthem, and I thought this was kind of the headline. Taking his place, the return of Casey Hudson.
He's done walking the earth. He's back.
You guys know Casey Hudson?
I remember. He was a Mass Effect man?
Yeah, he's a Mass Effect trilogy, the lead on the Mass Effect trilogy. Left after that.
Went to go find himself.
So he was not on Andromeda.
I think Casey Hudson was in that early video of Andromeda when they first showed it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are we talking about a video game character or a video game dev right now?
Video game dev.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Casey Hudson was the lead protagonist in Mass Effect. It's a favorite franchise on the Citadel. So Casey Hudson was the lead on Mass Effect. I think safe to say it felt like, at least the way they was presented, was like his baby.
He was the figurehead at the very least.
Yeah. And now he's back, which I think is interesting.
I don't remember what he went to go do, or if he did anything.
All those BioWare guys, like some of them are doctors. One makes a beer.
No, those are the founders of BioWare.
Okay, they are actually doctors.
The two doctors
beer
are actually doctors. I don't think either of them are at the company anymore.
Okay.
One of them left, before, and then the other one was around for a while, and then
Does one of them make bikes, or is that Jay Allard?
I don't.
I think the doctors, one might have gone back to private practice, and one is doing the beers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, Jay Allard isn't making anything because that dude is buried on a farm somewhere in upstate Washington, like in Microsoft's secret farm,
somewhere unmarked. Like,
yeah.
They're just like in like what are they, gingham and like just kind of overalls and being like, "Are you Jay Allard?" "Nope, sir. Nope. His name sounds familiar though. Just you must have been mistaken with somebody else."
They were going to send Don Matrick up there, but then Mark Pincus swooped in with his helicopter and got him out of there before the Microsoft fucking death squads came for him.
Here's a statement from Flynn. "I have been contemplating changes in my own life for some time. When I heard that Casey had confirmed he was up for the task, I realized the opportunities before us. I will be working with him over the next couple of weeks to help catch him up and to do my part to set him up for success, to be the best GM he can be." So I think BioWare really needs a big success. I hope this game is amazing and does really well after Andromeda and all that stuff. I feel like the BioWare brand might be a little in the toilet. Like Dragon Age got well received and was like doing really well. Inquisition, yeah. But like, I feel like right now people are kind of questioning the leadership at BioWare and like what's going on over there.
And to some degree, I think that's fair. But also, you have to realize that BioWare is this splintered entity. There's the groups in Edmonton. There's the Montreal studio.
They spun up a lot of studios.
Yeah, there's still an Austin studio, I believe. I don't know what they're doing. They might still be working on is the Old Republic still going? Is that a game that still is supported?
Doing well now.
It was doing well for a while. Like it came back after they went free to play. I don't know if it's still doing that or not.
I think it is.
Okay, that I don't know. But I did know that game had a comeback at some point.
Casey Hudson says, "When I left BioWare 3 years ago, it was the most difficult decision of my career. I needed some time off, needed a bit of change, and wanted to get involved in the new." Oh boy! I wanted to get.
Gonna create meme magic.
Is he making a speaker hat? Is that what this is? What's happening?
I wanted to get involved in the new wave of disruptive technology.
No.
What's that?
He's making speaker hats.
What is the new wave of disruptive technologies that were emerging? It's probably a speaker hat.
Oh, boy.
The last few years have been transformative for me, from having time to reflect on what I most want to do, to working with new technologies at platform scale. And now I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to return to lead BioWare, a studio that I think of as a home. So we'll see what happens.
It's just too early at this point for me to have an opinion about Anthem, other than it exists. And
I don't know how you can have that problem, being as they have shown nothing of that.
Yeah.
Or no, that's not true. Anyway, Mass Effect's one of the greatest series of all time.
It's okay.
I think Casey is an interesting person to bring back into BioWare to see what's next. Anyway, moving on. Interesting news there. Oh, we did N64 Classic. We did Destiny. We did Jeff Backlard impressions.
Woodworking.
We did woodworking. Oh, that's a good story about
Small
Cheek.
engine maintenance.
We did small engine maintenance. Then Abby and the Art of Motorcycle Small Engine, whatever.
I put Atari on blast.
Disrupting Atari speaker hats. Okay, it is time to return back to Splatoon.
Yeah.
Yay!
I've been playing the shit out of that game. I think we all have.
So good.
Too. Yeah.
Did you guys play the Splatfest?
No, that was the one because I didn't know if we had access to that because it was a certain time period. Was that a separate download?
It was a separate download.
Okay.
So none of the saves or anything carried over.
Gotcha.
So I didn't play a ton of it because I was like, I'd rather just play a character I'm leveling up. It was also, I was like, I guess, because you could pick between cake and ice cream, and I guess everyone chose ice cream.
Naturally.
As they should.
Yes,
of course.
agreed. But I was
ice
just
cream cake.
It's ice cream. That's just ice cream in a different shape.
Yeah.
So
also the best cake.
So
Okay.
You're talking about how like you would be matched up against other ice cream
Right,
teams. So
yes.
that happened in the old Splatoon Splatfest when
Yeah.
it was super one-sided.
Were there
and
ones? I don't remember that happening as much because I don't think I literally ever played with the cake team.
It hardly. I mean, that one seemed especially one-sided, but there were ones that were more one-sided where that did happen from time to time.
Gotcha.
But I missed the Splatfest because I went to go see Tim and Eric live that night, and apparently that Splatfest was only like 3 hours or something.
Did you enjoy Tim and Eric? I had a friend who went and he was like, it was dumb. He didn't think it held up from like what he remembered of it.
I thought it mostly held up. I think it was dumb, but it was kind of the dumb I was looking for. I did not enjoy their opening act at all, but they themselves, I thought for the most part, it was pretty good.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we?
We're talking about
cover?
Splatoon.
What do we have to cover
Yeah.
that we didn't cover with Splatoon?
So here's what we know.
What do we know at breaking? What do we know about Splatoon?
We've already talked about the salmon run mode. It's there.
We talked about general vibe of enjoying everything.
Yes.
I feel like you guys couldn't talk about something.
I think we were kind of general, but also like that kind of
hit a lot of the points.
A lot of it.
Right. I will say, I don't think we talked about, there's like a league mode, which I'm curious about. Because I don't think the original had it, but I think that is where you can take 4 people you know and then play with 4 random people against them. I think that's how it is. But from what I have heard, I think you might not be able to join that league mode with less than 4 people, which is kind of a shame. If you had like 3 friends, which kind of stinks.
But then, I mean, what's the alternative? You have 3 friends and an AI, or 3 friends and 1 random? Like,
I mean,
that's what they
with a
do.
random, I think. Or if you have like 2 and 2, maybe.
Like that's what they do in competitive Overwatch. Is if you don't have a team with you, it'll either place you with other random players, or if you have a team of 4, it will just place 2 random players on your team.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is maybe my criticism, most significant one for Splatoon 2. Apart from the fact that it is very similar to the original game, which I think holds a little less water when you consider how much more widespread Splatoon or Switch sales seem to be compared to the Wii
and
U.
also looking at like Splatoon, the original Splatoon when it first launched versus it today, it's a totally different game. There's so much more added to it.
Yes.
So seeing that this has everything that was in the first one plus a little bit more, who knows what is going to be there 6 months from
Well, it doesn't
now.
have everything, right? Because there's a few maps that they didn't do.
Oh, well, are there? Yeah, I mean, but for the most part, it has a lot.
I haven't unlocked every weapon at this point, obviously, because
No,
that takes
me either.
a long.
That's
time.
a lot. That
A
goes
lot.
up to like level 30.
But it
or
does
so.
seem like there's a lot more weapon stuff built in and a lot more
Yeah,
gear
totally.
built in. The thing I would criticize most about it is that they took what felt like more of like a quirk of them just sort of kind of trying to create this game from whole cloth the first time around and kind of doubled down on it a little bit weird. The number of restrictions on things in that game is weird.
Are you talking about stuff like not being able to swap your stuff out in between matches? Because
It's a bunch of things. It's stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's not being able to switch weapons
Yeah.
between matches, not being able to back out of a menu once you're in the countdown, not being able to play the Salmon Run mode online except for specific events that Nintendo is holding. Otherwise, that is a local-only mode. I think.
Really? Forever?
You can play it online, but there are set times.
How
I guess, when you
often
can
are
do-
the set times?
That I don't know. I haven't gathered that exactly.
Post-release, it's going to be that way? Because I've seen times where that Grizzco thing is grayed out, but I just assumed that was like a pre-release, like, hey, we're not going to have anyone playing this.
If they change that before release, then great. They should.
That's interesting. My guess for that, if they are doing it, is I have jumped into those in those times that you can do it. And if you're the only one in there, it will make you do it either way. And you can't pick the weapon. It'll give you a random one. So if you're stuck with like a charger and there are swarms of people or like fish coming at you, you're gonna die and then you will lose points. So I guess I could see why if they want to funnel everyone in at these specific times, but
that just doesn't feel like a good solution to that problem,
agree.
especially considering how easy it was to always find a game in original Splatoon, even for a Wii U game.
Right.
Like, there were always people playing that game for the first, year it was out.
And I don't think Salmon Run is, too gimmicky of a side thing to worry about people playing it. I think it's one of the most fun things in the game.
I know, I really enjoyed it a lot.
I sincerely hope that changes. If post-release they change that, that's great. But you still have things like you can only cycle through 2 maps at a time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when they change, you have to watch the whole spiel of let's go through 6 stages and have quips about all of them.
And gear unlocks are specific to different modes. So anything you unlock in the single player has very little to do with what you're doing in multiplayer and vice versa.
Yep.
And on top of that, you've got the whole voice chat thing, which, look, I am not a believer that you need voice chat to play that game well.
Even in the Salmon Run?
No, not really. I think, but again, Salmon Run is also a mode that seems geared more toward local play than
right. And they also give you stuff as far as hitting the D-pad to be like, this way, help me, whatever.
Yeah.
So they have those options.
Need.
Right.
Yeah.
But I will say, I don't necessarily use voice chat to do a bunch of team, let's get this area. It's more to hey, I'm hanging out with my friends and playing a game.
Sure.
They just happen to be across the country.
And especially Splatoon, because you can know exactly what you have to do in Splatoon by looking at the map for 2 seconds. Be like, oh, it's pink over there.
Right,
I should make that green.
Exactly. And I would just love to be able to just chat while doing it.
And you can do that as long as you have Discord or something, or if you download their
call your friend
their bad app, which they clearly made under duress, and it apparently actually kills conversations if the app is no longer the active on
If
thing
the screen
on your
turns
screen.
off.
Which really stinks, especially because I know in loading zones you may have to sit there for a minute or 2.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm on Twitter. I'm texting people. I am not going to be in that app.
Do you know if that's intentional or is that just the way it is right now? We'll patch that out and
I would hope they would patch that out at some point.
It's Nintendo,
but you never know.
Yeah, I did download it though. I have the app.
How's it going?
I mean, I haven't done any voice stuff with it, but I can see all my Splatoon stats, which is kind of fun.
What's your KD?
Let me see.
How many Great Pyramids of Giza have you splatted?
I think just the one. I haven't splatted since I downloaded it. What is my stats?
But
battle stats. Here we go.
The overarching thing with me in this is just that I wish they had just opened that game up more because it is still tremendously fun to play. I love playing it, and I love playing it with friends or even just randos. And it's the way they have tried to sort of gate off certain sections of that game, and also sort of their whole borderline insane dedication to protecting younger players from even the hint of someone saying something nasty to them over voice chat. I think it kind of kneecaps them a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Abby, what are your stats?
My stats? 29 victories and 21 defeats in my last.
Hey, not bad.
So, positive. Which is good. Dan, do you have yours?
I'm looking at what I've inked, and I've inked 10 of the Squid Research Headquarters with 138,588 pints of paint. Where are you seeing the win-loss record?
Under stats. I will say this app is kind of neat. It's cool to have your statistics. I bought a shirt in it with my in-game money, and it'll be downloaded
Stuff
in my game.
Stuff like that is cool.
Yeah, it's cool. But I also, if I'm going to be paying $20 a year or whatever, I'm not sure exactly how much it is.
For their online service,
right? I will not pay for this, and I'm not going to use their voice chat. So I'm not sure what else will be offered in it to make that price worth it.
Well, I mean, eventually the price is going to be you get to play online games, because if you don't pay for it, you don't get to play online games anymore.
Looks like my last 50 battles, I had 32 victories and 18 defeats.
Ugh, gosh.
You want to track the last 50 though?
it.
Jeez, I wonder how many I've done.
So Splatoon 2.
It's still super
It's great.
fun.
It's awesome.
out today?
It's as of the day you are likely listening to this, it is out. I still recommend it, especially if you didn't play it on Wii U. This is a perfectly viable way to just sort of jump in.
Yeah,
How's that soundtrack?
It's good.
It's so good.
I think it's very memorable in a similar way to the first one, but I think that's probably where the most creative juice in that game is the soundtrack is still it's
Quirky.
very, very vibrantly weird.
It's also a really good game to have on the Switch. I probably said this last week, but even the handheld stuff, the motion,
Yeah.
you would